It's the romance scam.
Nigerian scam artist
Lost her entire life savings.
$230 million.
Because the suspects usually live abroad.
Lure people into fake relationships.
Who would do such a thing?
Bank account cleared.
They lost nearly $1 billion over the past 3 years.
We got in contact with a real scammer, a scammer from Nigeria who specializes in romance scams. So he agreed to jump on a video cast to answer some questions, if we agreed to give him a $25 iTunes gift card.
So you said you use Facebook and Instagram. Like you can hack into Facebook and Instagram. Do you get like their login to do it, or you have like a password generator? How do you do it?
When you click on the link, and I'll just copy your profile details. Just by you clicking on the link, I'll get your profile details.
Quick tip. Scammers send malicious links to the victims to trick them to open it. What you didn't know is that link downloads all of your social media passwords and gives it to the scammer.
Like what type of details?
Your password and your username, your Gmail account, your phone number for the account, and everything.
Just from a link?
Yeah, just showing your link, I'll get those details.
So we asked him, out of 100 people, how many of them are actual scammers?
When you say everybody, like out of 100 people, how many people know how to do it over where you live?
78%.
80? 80?
78%.
Oh, 78%? Wow.
With all this money being withdrawn in Nigeria, you would think the banks would catch on to them.
Nope.
When you go to MoneyGram, does a teller know that it's a scam? Do you milk them? Do you give them money to keep quiet?
Yeah, you give them money. Exactly, yeah, you give them.
And are those the MoneyGram fees, or is that like, hey, like, here's my homeboy fee, like, keep quiet?
It's like, okay, just take these and get some Coke bottle, or just get some for yourself.
It's like almost like a silent bribe, like you both know what's going on.
Yeah.
Those are some real shady bank tellers.
And then how many people at a time are you talking to? Like, would you talk to?
More than 40 people at a time.
40?
Well, 40, yeah. You know, most of them.
This dude is talking to 40 people at one time. That has to be a world record.
Gotcha. So you're just going back and forth between conversations.
Exactly. And all the conversations are the same thing.
Bro, how do you do that? Like, how, like, I can't text and email more than like 2 people before my head explodes.
These scammers target women with lots of money. They gain their trust, and once the money has been sent by the victim, the scammer then sends them a physical ring or a present to gain more trust from these people.
Brian, you remember, I love you so much. Remember, I love you so much. I miss you so much. Really.
So we asked if his parents actually knew he was a scammer.
Like your parents, do they know that you do this, or that you were doing this?
No, they don't know.
If they found out, would your dad kick your ass?
Nah, it's not gonna kick my ass.
You're bigger than him, huh? Yeah, that's what you said. He's like,
you know who you're talking to?
Man, if I found out my son was scamming people for money, I would kick his ass. With Nigeria being a third world country, we asked him really how bad is the government.
$200 a month.
and that's how much your parents make is $200 a month. And that's if they get paid though, right?
Because the salaries are being slashed.
Who slashes it? The government?
Yeah, the government, right? Like slashes the salaries. Like your dad works for the government.
The government slashes salaries.
Do they just not pay? How does that work?
Sometimes they don't pay. They don't pay. You have to write a petition for them to pay. You gotta protest. And
you have to protest to get your salary.
I'd be pissed if I was working for the government without getting paid.
So the government just doesn't care about anybody.
The government doesn't care about anybody.
We asked what type of people actually fall for these scams.
Depressed, right? And divorced.
Yeah.
That's like the number one thing.
Divorced and widowed.
Widowed.
Widowed, depressed, divorced, widowed.
And then, how do you find those? Like, are there certain groups, like depression groups, that you find them in? Like, how do you find that type of person?
Have you heard of a horrible lady? Heart of a lady.
Horrible lady?
Heart of a lady.
No, I haven't.
Horrible lady.
So you just go down the list and then you just start sending, like, copying and pasting messages to these people.
Send direct messages like, hello, I'm interested in you, I want to get to know you. And you start talking.
These poor victims are at the most vulnerable times of lives falling for these scams. The scammer told us how they take an original video, use a third-party app to take off the sound and add their own voice to the video to act as if it's really them.
Hey, Mitchell.
And then right now, I see you have lights on right now. So are you guys running a generator, or you guys actually have electricity right now?
We have electricity and it's going to be going off by 12.
So midnight. How do you guys look at themselves? Like, I mean, do they think like, oh, I'm a piece of shit, like I'm stealing money from somebody, or is it just whatever?
Bunch of rich Americans.
Or like these guys are rich Americans, they have the money.
The Americans have the money, so it's like a normal business, yeah.
So like if you had somebody wiring money to you, how does it work? You said, okay, you're pretending that you're Kevin Jones, and you say, send me money, but send it to, would it be you or would it be to somebody else?
It would be to somebody else in the United States.
And is that like, is this common knowledge? Because we do see this a lot. We see like a lot of people will say, oh, I had to send money to this lady in Montana or in California, and she was sending it to the guy I'm talking to. Is that pretty common?
It's common, yeah, that's common. That's 98%. It's really common. In 3 months, you can get like 20,000.
20,000, 20.
You get like 20,000, yeah.
Is that average, or is that like the potential?
That's the potential. At the end of the day, you end up having 50s, like 50.
If you found this video interesting, share with your friends and subscribe below.
Catfished.